Yep, I see it. Yep, I see it. Heard myself. Yep, I see it. Heard myself. Do you want me to mute mine on my side, or do we wanna keep it unmuted so we know the audio is working? Okay, then I muted it to so that way the no.
Okay, I wonder if the audio's coming through now. I know there's a lag between when we say something and when it goes through, so now I gotta sit here and wait. This is super fun.
Yeah, I muted my side, so I'm hoping to.
Okay. Okay, I wonder if the audio's coming through now.
Yeah, I hear your audio.
Yay! I figured it out. Small victories, I will take them when I can get them. Okay. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Crazy Cats. This is just like the old days of testing. We haven't had to make any changes to our setup for quite a long time. And so it let's just say we were long overdue for making a couple hardware changes to the BeamMachine. It was kind of a bummer that I was still running Windows 10. So I managed to, scrape together a little hardware money, and we ended up changing out the CPU, the motherboard, did a RAM upgrade, and actually, because it was on super mega sale, I ended up swapping out the SSD as well. And so the old SSD is just going to become the backup drive for some of the files. And the new SSD is ridiculously fast, but that's the joy of technology, right? We hadn't touched the hardware on this computer since it was built. It still has the same graphics card in it that we used when we built it back in 2017. So 6-year-old graphics card, but as you know, a lot of the streaming stuff is very CPU and RAM intensive as opposed to being graphics processing intensive. So that's where we sit. I'm going to click through some of the usual scenes that you would see, like the intro and outro and things like that, to make sure all of that's still working as expected. I still have a couple things that I need to tweak a little bit, but this is really the joy of migrating from one to the next. Will it be on YouTube? No, it'll be on YouTube next week. We still have it planned. It is still for the 20th at the usual time slot. So next Tuesday, you'll see the regular webcast. You're going to want to attend that one. There's some really fun stuff we're going to be talking about. I'm not letting the cat out the bag early on it, but it's going to be fun times. But yeah, so let me click through a few of these other scenes real fast. Make sure that they're still working. I want to make sure that the audio comes through. So I'm going to play the usual intro video, and I just need to make sure that that's coming through as expected. It should be, but in chat, if anybody could let me know, just give me a quick type or something once you see it playing. I'm going to kick that off now. Okay. Hopefully that audio came through as expected.
It did here.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. There's a couple things that I have to remember that I need to go back, and I may actually have to log back into the Windows 10 setup and launch OBS over there and check a couple of the settings, because there's a couple things that aren't exactly the same. They're still working, but it's one of those things that it's like, hey, if it was working, why change it, even if it's doing it differently, right? It's like writing code two different ways and you get to kind of the same output, and it's like, At the beginning of the video, there was an echo. Yes. Yep. And that's one of the things that I'm going to end up checking, was because of the audio output settings within OBS, which is the software we use for the broadcast. It was playing the video audio and piping it out directly, plus the desktop audio. And so when it layers them simultaneously, that's where you get that echo. And that was one of the things that we used to fight with back when we were hosting these via Skype. And then we jumped to XSplit, and eventually we jumped over to OBS. So so the first couple seconds till I caught that was one of the things that was, it doesn't surprise me that you heard it. Thank you for calling it out. And I will actually go back to the original setup and double check it. But you can hear Brandon, you can hear me. There's no echoing now. Thankfully, the intro video worked as expected. I don't have a PowerPoint on this hard drive to queue up. Let me see if I can open up something real quick, because I do want to, that is something I want to test. So give me 1 second here. What file should I open? What is something I can, I'm just going to open up a blank presentation. Let's see here. All right, so here's a generic template. Let us put it in that mode. Presentation, local PowerPoint. And then we're back here. Yep. Okay. Hello, everybody. Those of you who joined in kind of along the way. So that's that. I have a little bit more homework to do. Like I said at the beginning of this very, very brief broadcast, I wanted to log in. You have to go live to test some of this stuff, right? So while we're not doing a proper hour-long webcast, that's next week. So check back on the 20th. We'll be live at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which during daylight savings time, I believe that is 5 p.m. UTC. So adjust your time zone as necessary. We will be live next week. Super duper excited for it. JD PowerPoint. Yeah, so part of what we do is sometimes I'll share a PowerPoint demo locally off of this machine. Other times, some of the folks that are presenting, they will, it pipes through the Teams setup that we have. That's really it. Just wanted to make sure that the audio was sounding good. Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
I do need to jump to my next meeting. And
yeah, totally fine.
Sorry.
It is all good. That's what this time was for. I knew it was going to be short. So everybody tell Brandon bye. And as he hangs up on Teams, he's going to freeze. There he goes. All right. So you'll get my little audio spiel here real quick. Like I said, this was just a quick test session. Super excited to get this hardware change made. It shouldn't have an impact on the quality of the stream. As you can see what we're doing right now, things look to be okay. The audio is coming through. I got a couple quick comparisons I need to make on some of the settings, but all in all, I think we're ready to rock and roll. So that being said, I'm going to sign out. I look forward to seeing, hopefully all of you will be back next week. So next week on Tuesday, like I mentioned, 10 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. UTC. Adjust for your time zone if you're in a separate time zone. We'll be back online doing a usual webcast. Fingers crossed everything goes successfully. But we'd love to have you back, and looking forward to seeing you. So that said, I'm going to sign out. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for randomly popping in while we did this test session. Much appreciated.